terms of what has worked for us, the sort of things that helped us stay raw, prior to coming to this lifestyle, I was a high-fat vegan, and there was a lot of fat in my diet, and I had a ton of health issues, and I've tried so many different diets and lifestyles and tinctures and herbs and supplements and cleanses and juice fasts and this and that and the other. It hasn't worked. So going low fat, raw vegan was definitely the sort of step that resulted in great, most amazing changes in our lives and changes to our health. So both for myself and both for Paul, we were able to recover from a lot of diseases of the past. So low fat is very, very important. Really keeping your fat under 10% and sticking to it. It's quick, easy, it's simple. Once you are more used to this lifestyle, it's easy. So just ensuring that your fat is under 10%. Staying away from gourmet raw. Again, back in Vilcabamba, we would eat it, we would get affected for days and days, and it's just not pleasant. It's not pleasant not feeling energy. It's not pleasant not having clear mind when you get used to it. On this lifestyle, it's not pleasant having digestive issues. So staying away from gourmet raw, for me personally, it's much easier not to make this choice in the first place and then suffer the consequences than to make this choice and then just really go through a lot of suffering. I really feel that I'm done with my suffering. I no longer want to be suffering. I want to be experiencing life and celebrating life. So that's something, gourmet raw, just something to be aware of. In a state of being and right attitude, and that was, I would say, that was the driving force. Rozalind talked about emotional, kind of spiritual changes that you have to go through, and the different practices that you've got to bring into your life to assist your raw journey and to make it easier, because it does bring a lot of emotions to the surface. And without having the right tools, you will probably, the way people usually deal with them is suppress their emotions and go back to their old foods of the past, but it doesn't work, of course. It doesn't work on resolving your emotions. So bringing in practices that help you to connect to yourself, whatever that is, whatever that may be for you, whether it's meditation, whether it's contemplation, whether it's exercise, whether it's walk in nature, but whatever that works for you, where you can just be in the space of with yourself and experiencing your emotions, the ups and downs, and feeling it all. So this is very important. And also another one, when you bring spiritual aspect or the sort of understanding, great understanding why you're doing it, this lifestyle becomes much, much easier. So it really does. And you bring much more positive energy into it. So rather than seeing just the negative, oh, I'm going through such a hard time, you change your attitude and you understand, I'm going through a lesson, I'm learning here, it's a learning curve for me, and what I can take back is just, I can become wiser and really learn from this situation and change myself here. So it's very much the same thing with the raw food diet, because you're having to change so many things about yourself and about your life, about your lifestyle, with friends. It all goes through change. So when you've got this inner centeredness that helps you to keep aware, that helps you to keep balance, you can carry out these changes much easily. So this is very important. The next one that worked for us was having goals, having clear goals, and knowing exactly why we are doing it and what we want out of this lifestyle. And again, on our website we've got a free e-course on how to go low-fat raw vegan in 21 days. So feel free to grab yourself a copy of the course. And the first exercise that we do with people there is going through the goals and understanding why you want to do it and what benefits this lifestyle will have for yourself and what benefits it will have for the wider world as well. So in that case, you becoming much more committed, and you just got a clear mental strategy and understanding why you are on this path. The next one was learning from people and making the effort, not thinking that, oh, okay, we just read a couple of books and that's enough. And no, that's not enough. You really understood that we had to make the effort, and we were willing to learn and are willing to learn and very open to continue learning and changing ourselves. The next one is taking this message into the world, and it's very interesting what happens to you when you go raw vegan is, to begin with, you work on your own health and you restore your health, and then you feel more energy, and then you become more inspired about sharing this information with other people. And I believe this is like the essence of the raw vegan diet, and whether you're making difference on on a local scale amongst your friends or your family, or whether you perhaps want to write a blog about it and start sharing this information with people, it's something that has worked really amazing wonders for us in just making us understand that it really helps other people, and there are a lot of people out there in the world who want to get healthier or healthy or the healthiest ever. So you are helping those people, and even by doing this lifestyle yourself, you are helping people to be healthier, because they will be observing you, they will be watching what you eat. They will inevitably come to you and ask, what is it that you eat? And you will just explain that I eat fruits and vegetables, and I feel so much energy, and I feel amazing, and I feel fantastic. And, people become interested because there's a lot of people who want to have more energy and feel better and recover from diseases. So I really do believe that this lifestyle, it kind of pushes you out of yourself into this world where you resolve your own issues, and then you also begin to connect to the wider world, to inspire the wider world. So, in a nutshell, these are basically the sort of things that I wanted to talk about. And I also wanted to mention that a new book is out, and it's called The Raw Message. And it talks about our lifestyle, the changes that we went through, the ups and downs, what we've learned, and how to put this lifestyle into practice. And we didn't print it in time to bring it to the festival, however you can order it from our website, and that's both physical copy or digital download, and it's at rawsomehealthy.com, so that's our website. So if you have any questions.
Did you tell us that you had a phase with cooked food but without salt? Am I right? Or did you say soy?
Soy.
Soy, okay.
Yeah. Well, salt is in that category too.
Because I couldn't imagine how you can cook without salt, because most cooked food will taste like nothing without salt.
Well, it's interesting. This is how my mum started to understand that, maybe I need to eat more fruit, because when we visited her in Moscow, we advised her to just make some changes, and she was happy to do so, and she started eating things, cooked food without salt. And she was like, I cannot feel a single thing. And eventually she was understanding, okay, maybe a meal of bananas is much nicer here than something tasteless rice that has not got salt added to it, or spices or anything. All of a sudden you remove it and you're just left with white stuff on your plate that's just tasteless, and it doesn't smell, it's not attractive, it's not appealing. So that's definitely something to understand, that we add spices, we add salt, and we add condiments to make our food taste better. But when you go raw vegan, low-fat raw vegan, there is no need for that. Every meal tastes amazing as it is.
Yulia, where are the best places you've been to get
good food? I was just about to say that. We enjoyed Thailand. You've been to Thailand, I would say that Thailand probably is the most fruit-abundant place you can find. Other places, Vilcabamba was pretty good. Malaysia was pretty good. We've put a sorry, that's in Ecuador. So Vilcabamba is the Valley of Raw Foodies. It's known as the Valley of Longevity, and lots of people went there for clean air and better standards of life. So that's in Ecuador. We just put a guide together with our book on our top 10 destinations, fruitful destinations, and the sort of things that you can find in different places, and markets, and fruit, and seasonal fruit. So yeah, I would say Thailand is definitely number one. However, fruit is not always organic there, so maybe if you go to places like Vilcabamba, for example, then you can find more organic food. Spain? Yes, southern Spain was a great place, and lots of organic food, lots of beautiful fruit.
California,
yes. California is great. Hawaii. We haven't been to Hawaii, but I know that Hawaii is good.
You moved again. Did you want to see more, or was there another reason?
It was that we wanted more a different quality of life for ourselves now, and we wanted to be somewhere warmer, where fruit was available to us, and we would not have to work to pay the mortgage off for the next 20 years. And we just wanted to create a different life where we could connect to our passions and understand what was it that we wanted to do in this life. So that was the main purpose, and I think more and more people are kind of coming to that conclusion that they can live elsewhere. Perhaps they can create a different stream of income there and be in a warmer location and things like that. So it certainly helped us a lot to get to where we are. Yeah.
To how many raw food communities have you been, and what was your favorite? I mean, where did you find
Raw food community? So we lived in Brazil, in an eco-village in Brazil, but we were the only raw foodists there. And then we lived in Vilcabamba. And Vilcabamba is a place with raw foodists, high-fat raw foodists. But that's kind of, it's good to experience for a little bit. It just depends what you want. Other than that, we haven't lived in raw food communities. We've just met people around the world, raw foodists around the world. But it's certainly, that's another thing, I guess, that happens to you naturally when you become raw, is that you just get this urge to travel and explore and just constantly go to a place with better fruit. And I think that's very much close to our true nature, just going exploring and learning and
Fruit hunters.
Yeah. Actually, yes, another transformation that I wanted to mention on the 80-10-10 is that it really showed us what our fitness can be like, and it's the sort of the lifestyle that shows you your best, what is the best within you. From struggling to get out of bed 4 years ago, all of a sudden I get to run a marathon and just completed a triathlon, and I'm on my bike and we're working ourselves out, and Paul is the same, he's the fittest he's ever been.
Yeah.
So it's just really inspirational, really, really is. Thank you very much for listening, for coming here as in the festival all together, and coming to this workshop as well, and have a good evening. Thank you.